And we have returned to Whiterun, because I have a lot of items that I need to get rid of one way or another. If anything, it's probably best I melt them down into ingots. So let's slowly make our way over to the smelter, where we can quickly see what we can turn in. Wow, looks like there's a lot. Steel shield, yes. The gauntlets, yes. Greaves, 100%. We'll use the bracers, a helmet, an axe. I'm going to start just taking every little thing we can find. Plate armor? Yeah. Daggers. Look at the levels we're getting out of this. We'll not do too much to the arrows there. Make sure to not use our pickaxe. Well, there you have it. Lots of ingots. In fact, so much that it put us into positive carry weight. That's quite an impressive thing. A bow. Lockpicks. Why not make some lockpicks? Not the worst thing in the world to make. Camping supplies. Build a campsite when outdoors. Huh. I never would carry anything like that, but interesting to know.
Hello, friend. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Right. You can have my... Wait, what? Why can't I melt you down? Hold on. Hold on just a moment. Is there like a level discrepancy here? I'm now curious. Over to the smithing. Improve magical equipment. Create equipment at the forge. Can create. I wonder, does that mean you can't... Yeah, I'm getting a feeling here that I'm gonna have to just sell the bows, dwarven stuff.
You're someone.
Just for now. You know what? The money's not too bad. We'll take the money. You can have the hunting bow and anything over here I maybe don't need. Here we go. That's a ton of money for that. Major stamina. We've already got that broken down, so you can have them. Gold necklace. You can have a shield. It's quite heavy. No, you're not having that. Wait, so I can't... This steel reinforced armor and helmet I can't break down? How does that make any sense? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway. Seeing as it doesn't make much sense, you can have them. Back to you. I will take... And I always do this. I'll always take the ores. Which can I can then eventually... I build up like a big supply. What are we looking at? 374. Maybe I should have left that to beautify my home. So yeah, it's great to have you all here. We've got a little homely home here. Most of my weight is actually contained in the ingots that I am currently carrying. And I also learned I do not need the mice anymore. There we go. 140. That is the lowest carry weight we've been at for a while. I got rid of a lot of books. Every episode, what I will do is I'm going to actually pre-plan what I'm going to read. When I read them, you know, that's a different story. But at the moment, it looks like things are a-okay. Yeah, I'm pretty content with this. The soul gems and all don't weigh that much. We are also going to be replacing Lockspur with a new companion. So let's see. I'm going to just nip straight over to Iverstead. That was the last place I came across someone that we could have took on as a companion. There was a mage that walked past. It's not to say the mage would be there, but if we check the tavern, we could find a new companion for us. Larkspur's been fun, interesting, but, you know, we need a bit of a change from time to time.
The road takes you many places, but sometimes it's best to pave your own.
Huh?
I did for a while think
Hi.
the Villamur Inn, let's go.
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just
Hi.
let me know.
Is it true, mister? Is the mountain really the top of the world?
Peak is a big place, there may be higher peaks yet.
Really? Mama doesn't
I
think so.
you should
She
continue
likes to
with
say
your
it's a small
performance.
world. Maybe it just seems that way because she's so tall.
What are you doing in Iverstead?
They went to climb the steps. I wanted to come too, but they said it was too dangerous.
Oh,
I suppose it's the least I can do for you.
true, but trolls need to eat. If you stay here, they'll starve. It's not dangerous at all unless you're a milk drinker. That's good advice. Smart of you to take it.
Thanks. Mama says I'm real sophisticated for my age.
Sophisticated.
I think that means I'm
Something
smart.
I would say. Is it safe for you to be by yourself?
I think so, but my parents asked Uncle Wilhelm to look after me. He's not really my uncle, but Mama says to call him that. She said it'd make him less lonely. And Mama says lonely people start to see ghosts.
Why are you so interested in
'Cause
mountain?
it's neat. And tall. Mama says I won't know how tall until I climb it. Have you climbed it, mister? Will you look at my world map later and make sure it's big enough? I hope I brought enough crayons.
Now, child, I'm sure the nice man has better things to do than to help you with your map.
Aw.
Another
Mama.
batch
She'll
of logs
probably be
completely
holding
ruined.
mail.
I
And
swear
if she's
these bears
coming,
have it
she'll
out for me.
probably be
Say
holding
goodbye
mail.
to Uncle
Hardly
Willem
think the
and
bears
thank
are
him for
clever enough to
looking
hold a
after
grudge against
You all right? You look like you might be sick.
Are you...
I'll ask for it. Otherwise,
Pardon me,
mind
my
your
lord.
business.
Would you care to hear me play my lute?
Thank you.
A
You have
pleasant journey,
questions?
my lord.
Next time.
Need something?
I have no idea who you are, and that name's even harder.
Hello, my friend. What can I do for you on such a fine day?
Gwilyn, anything you can tell me about High
I
Rothgar?
always thought it was odd that there's a layer of thick clouds covering the peak of the mountain above the monastery. Huh. Not sure what's up there. But I bet the Greybeards know.
You seem quite happy.
My father taught me an important lesson many years ago. He said, Gwilyn, you have the whole world before you. Go out and experience it. Be whatever you want to be. So I took his advice, and here I am. This life might not look like much to you, but I'm content. And isn't that all that matters?
Fair enough.
Have yourself a great day.
Ooh, who are you?
Is it absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now?
Ah, cheeky. Gotta love it. Timber wide arm?
Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
And then you can tell me about High Rothgar?
The Greybeards stay away from me, and I stay away from them. Suits me just fine.
What makes you so angry?
My business is falling apart. My apprentice never listens to me, and now there's talk of dragons.
Would be a shame.
If I hadn't sunk every bit of gold I had into my mill, I would have picked up and left Iverstead long ago.
Fair enough. You having a bear problem?
Are you kidding? Those damn things will drive me right out of business. Tell you what, bring me 10 of their pelts from anywhere in Skyrim. I'll gladly pay you for thinning out the herd.
Fair enough. How could bears run you out of business?
Have you ever seen what a bear does to the trees? They jump on their hind legs and scratch them to bits, marking their territory or something. It's getting to the point where I have to scour Skyrim for untouched trees at the right size. Costs me too much time and money.
There
Now
you
go
go.
give those stupid bears what's coming to them.
Oh,
Need something?
Pilgrim. I guess we just got lucky with those people that came in the other day. 'Cause it doesn't look like I've any new people here. And we could send our little friend away, but not just yet. I would like to find his replacement before I do this.
Yes?
Okay, who are you? Labourer. Pilgrim, we spoke to her.
These damn bears are driving me crazy.
Okay, she's still pretty much occupied by the bears. And our hunter. Traveller, guard. Who are you? Jothor.
My daughter's driving me crazy. So forgive me if I'm a bit on edge. They call it
the path to the monastery to 7,000 steps. Can you imagine? I'm not certain if I could even make it to the top without collapsing from exhaustion.
Okay,
Get out of town
Jothor.
as fast as you can.
Fast trade.
Oh, you're a traveler. You must have so much to tell about the world outside this boring town.
Anything you can tell me about High
The
Halthra?
Greybeards are a strange bunch. I heard they live their entire life without uttering a single word. Can you even imagine? I wish I could go with you.
Well, I guess you can't, so you're not our new companion. I guess the game will present us with someone soon. Oh, wait a second. I haven't discovered Riften. It's strange, the thought of actually going into a new city. Loads of new people to chat to. Loads of things to do. In fact, before we walk into Riften, there's probably one thing we've got to do first. I'm sure you all know what that is. Gotta go to Grom's Pass. I don't know what we're going to find in here, but we may as well get Larkspur his final dues. Then I'll take all his armor off him and send him on his merry way. Grom's Path, of course. Decorated with a lot of cool looking things. Damn, it's dark. Probably going to find some dangerous enemies inside. The blue in the face? What? Ooh, little goblin things.
Is someone there?
Take sparks.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
I have never seen anything like this before, so must be with the anniversary edition, I presume. Steel blue etaloma. Some form of mushroom that I've never seen.
Riften. Cutpurses and bandits are cousins in some respects. By the way, did I ever tell you about the story of the thief and the lioness?
The posting of the hunt. Okay, well, I'm sure the posting of the hunt may explain what on earth we're doing here. Posting of the hunt. The writing in this book appears to be a hasty transcription, perhaps from dictation or copied from a longer work. Let no man say before a witness that the hunt has not been called, nor the rites declared, or the ancient offices observed. The ritual of the innocent quarry, also called the wild hunt, is this like a Witcher reference? Is an ancient rite drawing magica from the most powerful magica stream that engulfs this realm. The creators and times of the rituals are long forgotten, but followed properly, the rite brings great power and prestige to the huntsman. The ritual pits the all-powerful huntsman and their greater and lesser dogs against the pitiful and doomed innocent quarry, called by tradition the hare, after the mortal creature of human hunts. At once, the huntsman is transported by the exquisite thrill and glory of his might and dominion over his helpless prey, and at the same time touched by the tragic, noble, and ultimately futile plight of the innocent quarry. In the highest aesthetic realization of the ritual, the ecstatic rapture of the kill is balanced by the huntsman's identification with the sadness and despair of the innocent quarry. As in pieces the body of the innocent hare is torn, the huntsman reflects on the tragic imbalances of power and the cruel injustices of the world. As the hunt begins, the lesser dogs assemble before the green crystal reflections of the chapel of the innocent quarry. Inside the chapel, the huntsman, the greater dogs, and the master of the hunt perform the rites that initiate and sanctify the huntsman, the hunt, and the innocent quarry. How many times can they put the word quarry in this? Then the huntsman emerges from the chapel, displays his spear of bitter mercy, and recites the offices of the hunt. The offices describe the laws and conditions of the 4 stages of the hunt: the drag, the chase, the call, and the view to the kill. Stage 1, the drag, in which the lesser dogs drag round or flush out the hare. 2, the chase, in which the greater hounds drive the hare before them. Stage 3, the call, in which the greater hounds trap the hare and summon the huntsman for the kill. Stage 4, the view, in which the huntsman makes the kill with a ritual spear of bitter mercy and calls upon the master of the hunt to view the kill by ringing the town bell. The master of the hunt then bestows the bounty upon the huntsman's bold who has wielded the spear of bitter mercy in the kill. The master of the hunt may also call upon the huntsman bold to the name the next hare for the next hunt, though the huntsman bold himself may not participate in the next hunt. The officers of the hunt, which the huntsman, master and hounds are solemnly sworn to honour, detail the practices and conditions of the hunt. These practices and conditions are also known as the law, strictly define all details of the hunt, such as how many hounds of each sort may participate, how the spear of bitter mercy may be wielded, and so forth. In addition, the law states that the hare must have a genuine chance to escape the hunt, no matter how slim. In practice, this condition is defined as the availability of 6 keys, which, if gathered together in the temple of the Daedric rites, permit the hare teleport from the hunt and so elude the huntsman and his spear. It is inconceivable, of course, that the hare may actually discover the keys and escape, but the forms must be observed, and tampering with the keys or cheating the hare of a genuine chance of finding or using the keys is shameful and unforgivable betrayal of the law of the hunt. The ritual of the hunt grants the huntsman protection from all forms of attack, including mortal and immortal weapons and sorceries of all schools. Huntsmen are cautioned, however, that the ritual does not protect the huntsman from the potent energies of his own spear, and cautions against reckless wielding of the spear in close melee, darkness, or other dangerous circumstances. For a single touch of the spear of bitter mercy means instant and certain death for the innocent hare or fellow huntsman alike. The right to name a wild hunt is a grand and grave right indeed, as all but the High Daedra lords are vulnerable to the potent sorceries of the Spear of Bitter Mercy. The spear itself is therefore a terrible weapon, and is forbidden to remove it from the grounds of the ritual of the hunt. My question is, what is that doing here? Out of everything I just read there, I'm like, right. What relevance did that have to this very, very moment? Okay, is Grom going to be... Way! Get out of here. Get you away. Trying to sneak up on me like that. What if Grom is like some massive... like, beast? Ultimate power!
You don't stand a chance.
I am
Bonk.
sorry.
He got bonked by my bonk stick. Oh, there is someone that they're worshipping?
And here I thought I wouldn't have to dirty my hands today.
Is someone there? Over here!
Is that it? Is that your best? I can't wait to count out.
I get you back here. Don't you use that magic and shit. I am going to get you.
I'll skin you alive.
Well, so much for the blue god. He's now the red god when you think about it. Blue god's journal. Here. We'll have a little wee look-see at the blue god's journal. Might explain what on earth is going on here, because we read about the hunt. Racks of draining, healing, we've ale, and loads of, well, some empty crates, some not so empty. I can hear someone or something. Right, we're gonna save the... I don't know, there's just something about this is giving me a wee bit of... Wow, wasn't booby-trapped. I guess he had no intentions of seeing someone like me just appear out of the blue and kill him. Oh, a larger storage room. Oh, dwarven oil. I don't know what this steel blue thing is, but we now have a lot of it. To what end, I don't really know. I'm assuming his journal may detail something about the fact that we've got all this. Although, all the dwarven oil is pretty good. Is that an ingredient? See, we haven't been in too many. Have we? I say we haven't been in too many. What? Since when? I do need to heal up from that. That's no good. No bueno. Okay, I don't know. Someone's mining. And there does appear to be some sort of pit that you can get to. I imagine this way. Hold on a second. Apparently I'm to read the journal. Hold on, I'll just quickly just race through all this again. Let's read his journal. Blue God's journal. Free the goblin from the pit. Day 1. The tribe demand that I prove myself as a hunter. They want me to trap some game and return to the stronghold, probably for a celebratory feast. Shouldn't be too hard. I already set up a snare by the water. Now I can just sit back and let the food come to me. Day 2. My snare trap doesn't seem to be working. I tied it to a stick, just like they said. Clearly Lob gave me a flimsy rope. Either that or the sticks out here are no good. I don't know what they expected me to hunt with such broken tools. It's only been a few days, but I already feel like giving up. I'm hungry and I've gone through all the bread a tune gimme. By Malakath, they really expect me to die out here? Day 5. The rabbits here are too nimble to chase down. I thought I could just grab one if I put some bait in my pockets, but the problem is, I don't have any bait. I shouldn't have eaten all the carrots in my sack, but I was starving. Malakoff's blessings. I'm alive. I found a cave south of my camp full of strange blue mushrooms, which I immediately ate. A tub saying something about some mushrooms being poisonous, but I didn't get sick, so what does she know? Anyways, I ended up filling my sack with them. If I come back with a full stomach, maybe I can convince the others we don't need to hunt. I came back to Largspur with my sack full of mushrooms, and one by one they spit them out and mocked my hunting skills. That wasn't humiliating enough. Chief Yarmars took a hammer and crushed the sack, then dumped the contents in my head. None of my tribe mates bothered to defend me, they just stood there and laughed. Now Yarmars says I have to go back out there and catch something with some legs. It's not fair. When's the last time he caught anything anyway? Day 8. I'm so hungry. Hunting is impossible. Maybe I'll just die. That'll teach them to leave me out here alone. By Malakath, what just happened? I went back to the cave to pick some mushrooms when something must have tripped me because I fell into a pit. Yelled out for help, but instead of getting rescued, I was quickly surrounded by a horde of green monsters, hissing and gnashing their teeth. Figured that was me, they were going to eat me. But before I could scream, one of them dropped to his knees and started bowing. The others followed. Could they be goblins? You never see them this far north. In any case, they seem to be treating me like an honoured guest. Okay, so he was starting to be worshipped, it seems. Blessings to Malakath, it turns out they think I'm a god. They don't seem to treat the other orcs the same. Must be the blue stains in my face. I need to thank you, Marge, for dumping that sack on my head. I think I'll do that right before I have my goblin's claw open his face. My army grows by the day. Soon we'll have enough to overrun the stronghold. For now, I have them collecting blue mushrooms from Cyrodiil so I can maintain the ruse, although some of them might be starting to suspect. The other day, I think one of them saw me use a stick to spray blue paint in my back. I need to keep a close eye on him. I figured out who it was that saw me. It's that nasty little rump with a funny looking spear. It seems he's the hunter of the group. He reminds me of every orc back at Lackersburg who laughed in my face. I tried to grab the spear from him, but he must have done something to it because it was too heavy to lift. I don't know if it's the Hirsine or Malakath that's protecting him, but he needs to learn that goblins only have one god, the blue god, me. The tunnel the goblins were using to come here from Cyrodiil's collapsed. No matter, my army is nearly big enough to take the stronghold, and once that's done, I can sell Yamar's things for a whole wagon full of paint. Before I do that, though, I need to make an example of the non-believer. Once he's dealt with, I'll show all the other goblins what happens when you question your god. Okay, so that guy lost his mind. I'd say appropriate, but I imagine the tunnel that collapsed must be off to the right here. I hear someone mining away, so how about we stop you? This must have been the tunnel that we're talking about. Doesn't even look like it collapsed, though. Strange. Anyway, matters not. Let's go free this guy. You alright? You think you'd want to follow me? Why do I get the feeling you're going to follow me out of here? Alright, let's go. I have no idea how we now have a band of me, Lydia, and a goblin. This is turning into quite the story of things. Well, we came, we saw, we conquered, and now we're leaving. This was one of the oddest things I have ever been privy to. Don't got no explanation for any of it. Suppose that's the magic of Skyrim, isn't it? You never really know what you're going to encounter. What is this like? Didn't even come up as cleared. Which is strange, because you'd think it was cleared. Anyways, you can adopt up to 2 children if you own a room if you own a home with room for them to stay in. Oh, why? Having a family and all. We're a bit far off from that. I've got a lot of the world I need to see here. Back to the old daytime. Look at this ragtag group of people. At least they let me in. Rift and I discovered. This is where we're going to get a wee bit of our pickpocketing up. Is it going to be easy to pickpocket with a group of people this large?
I had another run-in with the Thieves' Guild.
Be careful, Mule. The Thieves' Guild has Maven Blackbriar at its back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them, Eren.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
You're a stranger here too, huh?
Tell me about the Thieves' Guild.
To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think?
I try not to care.
That's a shame. Too many people in Riften share your view, and look where it's getting them. It's going to take more than just myself and Aaron to help this city. It has to want to help itself first.
Tell me about the Blackbriar family.
Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften citizens from her family, but to no avail.
Who else is in the family?
Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son. Spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder.
You're not from Riften.
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between.
Why are you here then?
Many years ago I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust.
So you're the protector?
It's been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Aaron, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago.
How did he save your life?
It was Aaron who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died.
Wonders Grimsever a weapon we can find?
And he told me about the problems plaguing Riften. I decided fate brought me here for a reason. So I stayed.
Fair enough. Let's talk to...
Safe travels.
No offense, but you're not looking so good. Are you feeling ill? I've never seen Miol this upset about anything. The city really gets to her.
Scribe note. Maybe behind the Temple of Mara and bring enough septums this time. Don't know who that is. Don't know where that...
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble?
Just passing through.
Yeah? Well, I got news for you. There's nothing to see here. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some stranger sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
Who are they?
The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back. So keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you.
Dirt, huh? I'm not exactly clean myself.
Then we're speaking the same language. Good. So what do you want to know?
Thieves Guild.
You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace.
Oh.
I'm sure he could use someone like you.
I'm glad he's going to give me a bit of a city tour here. Any news involving the Dark Brotherhood?
The only thing I heard is a rumor that a boy named Aventus Aretino in Windhelm has been attempting to contact the Dark Brotherhood. He used to live here in Riften at the orphanage on the other side of town, but I think he ran away. Can't say I blame him.
The Blackbriars.
Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild. So basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says.
Fair enough, Maul. Appreciate it, man.
Around.
It's Aaron's house.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
Hello, Sapphire.
Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem.
Huh? What do you want?
What kind of trouble you in?
I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do.
Tell me the details.
I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me.
I'll help pay you off your debt.
You will? Oh, thank you.
You work at the stables?
Hofgreer took me in when I arrived in Riften about a year ago. He's been teaching me everything he knows. Horses are my whole life. Back in Hammerfell, I helped my family raise horses at our farm. I hope to open my own stables one day, but I think it's going to take a lot longer than I expected.
I hope in the future of games there's more evolution in characters and what they do and where they end up.
Well, hello. Take a look.
Wonder, do you have anything? Can I sell you anything? Oh, you can take the forks. Not that they're worth anything. Golem Totem. I mean, that's a pretty funky looking thing, isn't it? Max of draining. Yeah, fair enough. Get rid of that. And he's out of gold. Does he sell anything useful? Lantern, leather strips, potions, moon sugar. Why does that sound particularly expensive for what it is? Maybe because it is expensive. Anyway, you were useful.
All right then.
Pond Prawn. Today we'll spend a good bit just walking around Rift and see what we can find.
Come on in, take a look around.
Ooh, this is certainly a funky looking place, isn't it?
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. What can I do for you?
Your shop is the most unusual name.
Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. Seemed only fitting to name it after her. Well, changed it a bit, I suppose. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat. Coming to this city was a big mistake.
What's wrong?
The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city's corrupt. Rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others.
Should maybe speak to the authorities.
Authorities? Have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty. Every one of them. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down and pay off the right people.
Tell me about the Thieves Guild.
They used to be pretty feared around here. I mean, you'd whisper the name, and it'd send chills down your spine. Now, they're nothing more than ruffians and thugs, trying to pry a few extra coin from honest people. All it would take is a small force of guard to go into the Ratway and flush them out.
What's the Ratway?
It's our name for the old sewers that run under the city. It used to be a huge system hundreds of years ago, but it fell into decay, just like the rest of Riften. The guild stocks the place full of thugs that aren't good enough to join, so watch yourself if you venture down there.
So much to learn about
Take a
this
look.
place. Let's see. Okay, he doesn't have a shared inventory, so that's kind of good. Fishing map of the Rift. Spell Tome, City of Stone, the Wabbajack. We'll probably find a lot of these books in our travels. We don't need more added to our pile just yet. A child's doll. That's a little creepy looking. Or, oh, an ebony ingot. We haven't seen ebony in quite a while. Cool. We'll take the ingots too. And the pelt. Any of these... oh, there is a few filled ones. Nah. I'm happy enough with this. What can I give him now? Resist shock. Enhance stamina. You can take the poisons. Take the illusion thing, why not? I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna give him. Yep. Good enough for me. Keep the inventory nice and low.
Yes, sirrah.
Okay, worker attacks we've already read.
What are you doing that for?
Oh, can I not go back here? There's nothing to change. Look at me there, about to do that. I didn't even need to. Okay, now at the back, can have a little look around, see what's around the markets. See if I can find the Temple of Mara, because apparently there's someone behind it that we have got to meet. Riften Fishery. I want to talk about your spear. Where'd you find it? Not sure why I expect an actual answer. You change your equipment. No. I have no words. I have never seen that sort of wee dude before. Oh. My bad. It appears we are actually outside of the city. There's actually so much going on here. Back in the Riften. Does that mean you could swim in the Riften? You wouldn't even have to go through the main gate? Surely I could have just walked in that way. It sounds like it makes sense.
Greetings, traveler. I don't think we've met. My name's Kayleen. That's right, the Kayleen. Professional bard, playwright, and stage actress. Okay, I'm really just a beggar, but you didn't hear that from me.
That explains why I've never heard of you.
Exactly. But just because I'm a beggar, it doesn't mean I can't fake being a busker. It's a fine line, you know. One gets paid out of pity, and the other gets to pretend they earned it.
Seems you've fallen in hard times.
My luck may be down, but my spirits are high. But they'll feel even higher with a coin or two.
What sort of performances do you do?
No, why try to reinvent the wheel? Why not make it faster and rounder? We try and improve on the old favorites. For instance, last week, me and some of the other beggars did a stirring rendition of Fiori and Holger. Only in this play, Fiori was a vampire and Holger was the sun. Earned us 2 septims apiece. We ate real good that night.
Are your performances well known throughout Riften?
Absolutely. A beggar is nothing without her patrons, and I owe everything I have to the townsfolk here. That's why, as a pretend artist, I do my best to give them more of what they want. Namely, me. Sometimes that means running around with a bucket on my head. Other times, I'm using that bucket as a drum.
Here you go.
Thank you, traveler. What would you like me to perform?
Don't need one, just spend it wisely.
Many thanks. I'll do my best.
Gift of cat.
Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you're carrying, eh, lad?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell.
How could you know that?
It's all about sizing up your mark, lad. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway.
What do you mean?
Look how you sniffed out my little scheme at the North Gate. You knew it was a shakedown and you called him on it. That's what I'm talking about.
Seem to be well acquainted with wealth.
Wealth is my business. Help me out, and I can add to yours. Would you like a taste?
Yeah, mind.
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid.
Okay.
Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under a stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
Okay.
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get started.
How am I supposed to do all this?
Do you want me to hold your hand as well? You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stall and use your lockpick on the strongbox. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind. I'm ready when you are. Just give the word.
Visiting Riften? All are welcome at the Temple of Mara.
Medesi, are you the one I'm stealing from?
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from
Greetings, honored friend. Could I interest you in some fine jewelry?
Nargonians look mad. Do you make your own jewelry?
I do. Sadly, I'm one of the few traditional Saxhleel jewelers that remains in Tamriel. It's becoming a lost art. Only trouble is gathering materials has become hazardous. The roads to the mines and to the other cities are thick with bandits, and worse. Would you be interested in gathering some materials for me? I'd certainly be happy to compensate you.
Yep.
Thank you, Landstrider. I'm seeking a small list of items to complete my next creation.
What?
2 flawless sapphires, a mammoth tusk, and a chunk of gold ore.
Sakhil?
Forgive me. It's a term I haven't used in some time. While most in Tamriel call my kind Argonian, we prefer the term Saxhleel. Medesi was actually my original Saxhleel name. Unlike others, I decided to embrace tradition and keep it that way.
How's business?
Not well, I'm afraid. That Brynjolf, he keeps draining the people's pockets with his ridiculous miracle cures. A few months ago, it was Troll Fat Salve, and now he's got something new. Not that there's anything that can be done about it. He's in good with the Thieves Guild.
Let's see what he's got for sale.
Everything I've got on display, really.
Right.
Safe travels, Landstrider.
So it's Medesi that they want me to put out of business?
Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb. The bunkhouse isn't for you. You looking for something or what?
You the only one that works at the bunkhouse?
Of course not. You expect me to take care of it by myself? My niece Svana helps me with the chores. She'd be more help if she kept her head out of the clouds. She's been with me ever since her parents were killed by bandits and she was dropped in my lap.
Love how the trees stopped waving when she started talking about that. Where can I learn more magic?
There's a college in Winterhold that teaches magic. It's very secretive, though, and you know how people hate secrets. The Jarl's Court wizard was taught there. That one's full of secrets. I don't know why I bother.
You should probably be in bed. You're looking a bit under the weather.
You seem pretty desperate for a coin. Having trouble selling?
Are you serious? I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by.
Seems dangerous for a merchant to be traveling the roads with a war going on.
Well, let's all raise a flagon to Ulfric, future king of Skyrim and bringer of poverty to the working class. Say, you look like you could handle yourself. Maybe you can help me, if you're looking for work.
Possibly. What do you need?
I need someone to pick up supplies from Naranya, living in Windhelm.
That was really quick. Sure.
Thank you. Just bring it back to me, and I'll gladly pay you for your trouble.
What am I exactly getting for you?
Don't ask any questions, all right? Just bring it back to me.
Only 20 septims each.
Protect yourself.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Why won't Helga acknowledge me?
Are you a friend of hers?
I'm not a friend, I'm a suitor. If only I could convince her to see me as such.
You have to get back in line. I think it ends somewhere in Blackmarsh. Shouldn't be too difficult if you don't mind sharing.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm not in it for the long haul. All I want is to bed a woman with as little effort as possible, especially one with such an ample bosom. I think that's the right word. Ample.
Not quite. Her bosom is very ample. Oh no. All right. It's a chest plate.
So you've seen it? Or touched it? Why has everyone in this town done so but me?
Okay. What do you ultimately want?
Marry Helga. Now there's a frightening thought. Oh no, I assure you my intentions are entirely puerile. I want to bed her. I want to dip my face in her ample bosom and make crude animal noises. I want to taste her apple pie, eat her sweet roll, and now I'm hungry.
Really? I just lost my appetite.
Did I mention her bosom was ample? It seemed like an important detail.
Your man heard that conversation, was like, nah. Who are you?
That's an odd and brusque way to address a stranger now, isn't it?
Works on everyone else. Apologize for my rudeness.
Yes, I understand. Curiosity is the driving force in many of our lives, and the failure to sate it can lead to many a frustration. Sometimes I think it's best to just sit down and read about other people's adventures instead. What about you? Do you enjoy the art of reading?
Do I? I like to read The Fear in a Man's Eyes as bludgeon him. My favourite books are about Ungolian maids and their varying degrees of lust. I enjoy the classics.
You and me both. Too many people see books as practical tools to boost their acumen, but pass over the wealth of wisdom held within each story. Others will read a story but miss the point entirely. Stories about Daedra, for instance, are not about Daedra. They are meant to show us the grotesqueness of man.
Okay, what makes you think Bed and Helga will be easy?
It's well known that Helga is what ruffians call a very loose woman. Man, mer, dwarven centurion, they say she takes all who are willing. Somehow, I managed to be excluded from this special fraternity.
Okay, have you tried other women? What about the Temple of Diabella?
Don't remind me of that place. I saved up all my gold, traveled to the opposite end of Skyrim, and what did they tell me? The sisters are communing with Libella and can't be disturbed. I've never heard a worse excuse in all my years. Oh no, I'm not going through that again. Helga is right here, and by all accounts not a picky woman. If you have any tips on how to woo Helga, let me know.
No, it's not.
What in the name of oblivion do you want?
Your name carries weight here.
Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city.
Looking to stay alive?
I have the Jarl's ear and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me and I pay a visit to the Thieves Guild. Make me angry and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation.
You were
we're done.
a delight.
Working at the Riften Fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Okay, of that quest, who were we like? Right, so who did he want me to put into the pocket? Right, Grey Fox is buried in the cemetery in Riften. Okay, I'll have a look at that at some point. Oh.
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Bard. The
Okay,
bunkhouse
lad.
isn't for
Ready
you.
to make some coins.
I don't know
I'm ready
why.
when you are.
Can I help you?
Branche.
Get the word.
Who's Branche? Trying to work out who Branche is. Oh.
Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind?
You have an odd name for a dark elf.
I may be Dark Elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian. For reasons I'm still trying to discover, I ended up orphaned and taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that.
Any clues about your past?
Just one. I know when I was found by my Argonian father, I was wrapped in a blanket bearing the symbol of House Telvanni. It was one of the great houses in Morrowind long ago. Whether that means I was one of them or not, I'm uncertain. If you come across anything in your travels that might provide me with the answers I'm looking for, I'd be grateful.
Keep an eye open.
Thank you.
Maybe there's a book at some point. Why were you searching in Skyrim?
I learned that a matron who had served for House Telvanni had escaped Morrowind during the Accession War. Records showed her buying passage aboard a sailing vessel named the Pride of Telvos, but that's where the trail ran cold. I spent years looking for what became of the ship, but I ended up empty-handed. Take a look.
What do you sell, Branchet? Oh. Emperor jelly? Okay, now what can I give you, good sir? I probably should, yeah, sort this out, have a little look here. You can have the shovel, inkwell, knife, roll paper, just all silly stuff that I'm carrying that I don't really need. Okay.
Anything you can find would be of great help. Good luck.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
If you want my opinion on Blackbriar Mead, I have nothing bad to say. I'd rather not go to bed missing a toe.
Looking to stay alive?
Working at the Riften Fishery is tough, but it puts some coin.
Ah, being bar. Now we're at the tavern, center of Riften. It seems that this town has a lot of people.
Come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
Talon J.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know. If you'll excuse me, I have
Signs that Lady Mara is displeased with your constant inebriation. Put down your flagons filled with your vile liquids, and embrace the teachings of the Handmaiden of Kyne.
No, Marama. We talked about this.
Nothing like a warm
Kira,
tavern smelling
certainly
of
we
ale
come
and
to some
sweat
sort of an
to get you
understanding.
going.
These people must be made aware of the chaos they've sown.
Damn, it was sunny earlier, and now it's a storm
We've all heard
outside.
of the
Literally.
dragons and their return. There's no need to use them as an excuse to harass our customers.
Very well, Talon. I'll remove myself from this den of iniquity.
We're not kicking you out. Just keep the sermons at the temple and let us all sin in peace.
Blessings of Mara upon you.
What do you... I want to know more.
Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim.
Ah, that's how you get married. Could I have a wedding?
Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim?
I might, but why don't you remind me?
Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available. When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony.
Okay, do you accept charity?
Of course. I'd be more than happy to add a donation to our charity box. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. We need all the help we can get.
I'd like to donate.
Thank you. I can promise you that this will be put to good use.
Does it give me the charity thing, I take it? Kind of like the beggar thing? No? Ooh. Can you help me about her beliefs?
Mara's domain encompasses the emotions we strive the most to embrace. Love, compassion, and understanding. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times. But you should consider her light a beacon in the storm.
Oh my god, what on earth?
Here you are. Now, remember, people in Skyrim respond to deeds. You'll find more people interested in your love if you help them. Good luck. Mara bless you. May you return to her benevolence in safety.
Who?
Aha, a fellow Nord. I trust you're bringing the fight to the Empire?
Yep.
They mean to take our history and crush it all in the name of
Volwolf.
some
Oh, if only you were a
damn
companion, like you be coming with me.
soil beneath
He looks
us
like a beast.
is steeped in the blood of our ancestors. We've fought for this land and died for it. I lost my own daughter to the Imperial dogs. And by Talos, I'll not lose anyone else.
What happened to your daughter?
Lelia joined the Stormcloaks many years ago, when the first of the skirmishes broke out across Skyrim. I was So proud of her. She served as a battle maiden, using her healing arts to help those that fell on the battlefield. Never even lifted a blade.
Hey, look at man dancing.
It didn't matter. The Imperial soldiers cut her down, killed her like a dog, and left her body to rot.
Not the conversation you'd imagine to have in this situation.
Why I won't rest easy until every single Imperial soldier joins her, and Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim.
No worries,
Farewell,
man.
kinsman.
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar.
Yep.
Ah, well, I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth.
Sounds easy.
Good man. You won't regret it. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften. You'll be well paid for your time.
Why is he in jail?
No idea, but whatever he did, it must have angered Maven. No guard would lock up a Blackbriar without the old lady's permission.
And why don't you tell her yourself?
I'm not exactly
or tell him.
Comfortable around guards or jails. Definitely not when associates of mine have been locked up. No, I'll meet you outside of town.
No problem,
I'll
Louis.
meet you outside of town.
Who else did this bring in then? Any other special guests? Apart from, you know.
Yeah. What's your problem?
Want to talk about his debt.
I knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story.
I'll just pay it off. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try persuade.
I don't care. A deal's a deal.
I'll pay it off.
Don't know why you'd help a stranger like that. But a septum's a septum. Don't care where it comes from. You can tell Shadra his debt's been paid.
Shadra?
That'll teach me to try. Look, I already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
Anyone else in here that we can talk to? No point trying to steal from an empty chest. Ladder to Claxus. Dear Claxus, it's as you feared. The news here in Riften is troubling on many levels. Now I've studied goblins all my life, and while the customs differ from tribe to tribe, one thing's always held true: they are beholden to their shamans, and removing them will turn the entire tribe docile. Moreover, we've seen this method work in practice, most famously with the Three-Feather tribe near Bruma. Yet, still the rumours persist of goblin activity near the border. Most disturbing news is the Blue God himself leading them. Could it be Malakath himself in some form? Regardless if some Daedric being has found its way to this realm, this is cause for concern. I'll be heading to Grom's Pass in the morning to investigate. Faithfully yours, Avanessa Claudius. Ah, that's the person we found earlier. Regardless of stealing, I don't really want to do that right now. Ooh. Dream of Sovngarde. Mara smiles upon you. Talon J. I've checked with Maramal, and I'm certain an arrangement can be made to incorporate the traditional Argonian bonding ceremony should the need arise. It'd be our pleasure to receive you at the temple and to have Maramal perform a marriage ceremony between you and Kiravan. But we'd request the appropriate type be made as previously discussed. Whatever you decide, I wish both of you best of luck. Dana Balu. Right, okay, so he's getting married at some point. Must be his wife that runs this place.
Call the wench over. She'll probably be holding a nail. And if she's comely, I'll probably be holding her.
Oh, wrong door. It's just the upstairs, I presume. Maybe balcony area. Yeah. So many people running about here. Okay, so we've seen a bit of Riften. But a bit isn't enough. There's so much going on. We've got to go speak to Sabi, and I love that we're getting so many. So many quests. Right, well actually we will fast travel to the stables, talk to Sadir, and from that point we'll probably just continue Riften in the next episode. Probably take another episode just to get through most of the city, see what quests there are. Or we might start walking around the outside of Riften. Maybe a few things we can find. But we've been handed some cool quests, things to consider.
Too lazy to walk, eh? Well, you found the right place. Got horses that need shoeing, so make it quick.
Wild horse map. Must be dangerous living outside the walls.
I'm not afraid of anything out here.
That's
walls
the spirit,
are just a
Hofgreer.
weakling's hiding spot. Not me. I'm no weakling. In fact, I bet I got the strongest arms in all of Skyrim.
Bet you're wrong.
Oh, sounds like I've got a challenger. Tell you what, how about a friendly wager, just between us? I bet you my entire purse of septums I could beat you in a fist fight. You match the bet, and we fight until one of us gives in.
Yep.
Alright, remember, this is a clean fight. No weapons, no tricks. Here we go. Come on.
Right, no one else.
Let's see what you're made of.
Get it.
Oh, enough. This ends now. Damn you. I'll rip you in half.
Getting there.
Oh, fast.
12 seconds on the big one.
Alright, Lydia, no need to bat against me here. Didn't think this is how things would go.
I don't believe it. I guess you were right.
Hope you aren't angry.
Not at all. It's good to be put in your place once in a while. Not at all. It's good to be put in your place once in a while.
Any luck with Sapphire?
After you watch me beat his ass there, you're no longer in debt with her.
By the 8. You actually talked her into it? I don't know what to say. I didn't think anyone in Riften even cared what happened to me. Look, I was saving this, but I wanted you to have it. I thought I might need it if Sapphire came for me, but I don't need it anymore.
Potion of invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Lavender. Oh, no, he doesn't care, and I can just take everything.
That was just lying around? Good find.
Oh, so you have to be careful, because something there was considered stealing. So now I can... Do I feel bad robbing them? Nah, not really. That's what he gets for trying to take me on. A bit of a beast. Anyway, just before we go, I'll leave you with a little cool thing here. Gallery on the Mystique. Let's see. During this early bloody years of the Second Era, Vanus Galerion was born under the name Tractus, a serf in an estate of a minor nobleman, Lord Grenacy of Soliker on Kerr. What a name. I probably pronounced it wrong, but what a name. Tractus' father and mother were common labourers, but his father had secretly, against the law of Lord Grenace, taught himself Tractus to read. Lord Grenace had advised that illiterate serfs were an abomination of nature and dangerous to themselves and their lords, and had closed all bookstalls within Solic on Kerr. All booksellers, poets, and teachers were forbidden, except when Grenace is within his keep. Nevertheless, a small-scale smuggling operation kept a number of books and scrolls in circulation right under his shadow. When Tractus was 8, the smugglers were found and imprisoned. Some said that Tractus' mother, an ignorant and religious woman, fearful of her husband, was the betrayer of the smugglers, But there were other rumours as well. The trial of the smugglers was non-existent and the punishment swift. The body of Tractus's father was kept hanging for weeks during the hottest summer. Uncurred scene in centuries. Or Sook, S-O-K for short. 3 months later, Tractus ran away from Lord Granessi's estate. He made it as far as Alinor, halfway across the Somerset Isle. A band of troubadours found him nearly dead, curled up in a ditch by the side of the road. They nursed him to health and employed him as an errand boy in return for food and shelter. One of the troubadours, a soothsayer named Helland, began testing Tractus's mind and found that the boy, though shy, to be preternaturally intelligent and sophisticated given his circumstances. Helliand recognised the young boy a commonality, for Helliand had trained on the Isle of Artium as a mystique. When the troupe was performing in the village of Potanassa on the far east end of Somerset, Helliand took Tractus and then a boy of 11 to the Isle of Artium. The Magister of the Isle, Echius, wow, this is really testing my pronunciation of horribly difficult words, recognised potential in Tractus and took him on as a pupil, giving him the name Vanus Galerian. Vanus trained his mind in the Isle of Artium as well as his body. Thus was the first Archmagister of the Mages Guild trained. From the psychics of the Isle of Artium, he received his training from his childhood want, and in justice he received from the philosophy of a Sharing Age. Well, there you go. Galerian the Mistake. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode.